You know, I'm like a minute early, but let's just go. We can let people filter in. I have to decide what I want to use on a couple of things here anyways. You guys can help me decide. I'm going to make some test chips because I got some new things. I finally, I don't know, I guess I annoyed my brother enough. I saw these pigments and then proceeded to talk to my brother about them like for about 3 weeks, and he's like, just, you've been talking about these forever, just get them. So they are like a foil. They're very, very like light. Oh, sure, now it focuses as soon as I start moving away. Never wants to focus where I want it to. But they are all like, I don't know how well it's going to show up on camera, but they are all like, I don't know, it might show up. Yeah, it shows up a little bit. It shows up surprisingly well on camera. They're all of different colors. So my test chips are like these. And I was going to make test chips for these. And I was also going to do them for my multi-chrome flakes, which I never actually made test chips for. I'm debating. I think maybe what I'm going to do is make the test chips and then like paint half of it black, because I know that these are going to look different with a black background. But I'm wondering whether that's going to work all right or not. If I make a chip like this basically and then paint half of it black, do you think it'll show up? That's the real question here. Is it actually going to show off the color in these? I don't know. But I mean, it's that I could mix in, I could put like a little bit of black resin in there, but I don't know that I want to. Not sure on that. I think I'll try painting the half of them black. If that doesn't work, I can always make new like test chips that have like black resin in there. I don't know why it wouldn't work necessarily. But yeah, I'm gonna make test chips for these and test chips for these. I'm honestly debating whether I want to just use new mixing cups or if I should try and clean some old mixing cups. Because new mixing cups is a lot easier, but I have so many mixing cups over here that it's like I could reuse these. It just takes time to actually like pull all the resin out of them. Especially when there's like little bits in there. And I like being lazy. I cleaned out a few already. We'll use those, but maybe I'll just grab some new mixing cups for the rest of them. Actually, I might have... Oh yeah, I have like a good amount for... I can do these in my old mixing cups, and I'll grab new ones for most of these ones. How many do I need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 4, 6, 7. Perfect. Cool. Let me set these out of the way. We don't need them. Alright, and then the other thing, I've got a few plans. So it's always, I'm not quite sure how much resin things are going to take today, so I have plans for if I have extra resin. So I've got these, and then I also want to get some keychains made. I want to get Barbarian keychains made and Blood Hunter keychains, because those are the ones that always sell out at in-person events. Yeah, I do a lot more like keychains and jewelry and that sort of stuff for in-person events. That tends to be what sells more than dice. Like I did a convention in June. Yeah, I think it was in June. Yeah, pretty sure it was June. I know these ones. You saw nothing. I'm trying to get it so I can hold all of them and show them all off because they're so pretty. Wait. They're so sparkly. They're so sparkly. I want to see all the color, and they're even more sparkly in person. But yeah, so I did a convention in June, and I didn't sell a single set of dice. I made about $1,000. But that was all like jewelry and keychains and that sort of stuff. So I have another, when's the next convention? It's my next convention. I have like just some local like art fair things coming up, but I think my next actual convention is in October. I'm gonna do the Halloween Expo in Spokane. So I mean, if you wanna, if you're in the area, come say hi. But where did this one come from? Oh, yes, keychains. The ones that always sell out are the Barbarian and the Blood Hunter, and I'll show you the designs here. The Barbarian one is clear resin with a mix of red foil and red glitter. I like using both because it gets like some different like shapes and like sizes in there. This glitter has, yeah, you can see it has like little pieces and big pieces. And then this is a very organic shapeful. This is a lot more rigid. And then I have like a drip of silver from the top, like dripping through, of shimmery silver. That's the plan there. And then the Blood Hunter ones are clear resin with black foil in it. And then I swirl around some red ink in there. So there's all those black flakes, and then you can kind of see through it, and there's just like a red inky tendril in the middle. So that's the plan for those. And I want to make, piece of fluff, I want to make, I wrote down 7 of each, but if I have enough resin, I'd prefer to do 10 of each. I've been making like 5 at a time and bringing them to, you know, in-person events, but they always, these ones always sell out. I might as well just make more of them, and I don't have to put them all out. So I want to make like 10 of each if I can. So I have things here for those. I have to decide what shapes I want to do. I do also have, I grabbed these too. I could make some different shaped ones, and that could be kind of fun with the with either of these, to be able to have it like a thinner thing. I've been mostly doing the like longer crystal ones, but it might be fun to have just like a round one. But these are very dirty and need cleaned out. So let's pick out like 10 or so shapes for each one. Let's scoot these off to the side for now. I'm just gonna scoot these up here. Ah, I'm doing it again! Again, you saw nothing. I'm totally not dropping things everywhere. All right, yeah, let's pick some shapes. So for both of these, I do kind of think about like what design they're going to be, like the shapes, because I have, you know, different shaped ones, and I kind of figure with like both the Barbarian and the Blood Hunter, they feel a little bit more like geometric sort of classes. Don't ask me why, but I don't know, they feel more geometric to me, but we'll try and get a mix of things, I think. So let's get a round one. Get a round one for each. Try and split these up a little bit. We'll do a crystal for each. There's a good like rectangular one. It's like the same all the way up and down. There's cat hair in some of these. I'm gonna have to try and clean that out of there. I feel like that might show off the ink better. The swirl here might be cool with the drips. Oh my gosh, there's so much cat hair over here. I'm just thinking, let's see, so 3. And 5, 6, 7, and then do we want to do any of these? That's the real question. I think it might be cool if we did, Ooh, we should do like the teardrop one, or maybe it's a blood drop. We should do the drop one. That makes sense with kind of like the inky blood that's in there. Not actual blood, but the blood red. But there's like dirt in here. These have just been sitting on the table, and all sorts of manner of dirt and dust and grime have stuck to the silicone. I was debating getting a big silicone mat for this area. I'm trying to lean more into like the alchemy kind of look. So I was thinking of getting like an off-white or a beige or something silicone mat to go in this space, so it'd make it look nice. But like thinking about it more, I'm gonna have so much cat hair that sticks to that. It's just kind of inherently sticky almost, the silicone is. So I don't know how well that would work. But also, you know, it looks a little bit messy at the moment. I don't know. I'm not sure what I want to do there. We could do like the blood drop and just like a circle. Ooh, how about this long one? I think this long one might be cool. Although, I mean, I might as well just do these, right? I think I want something small for keychains. Yeah, we'll clear out this circle as well. It's been a while since I've poured resin. I was going to pour resin earlier in the week because I got like a commission I'm working on, but I've been busy going back and forth with the person on the commission to make sure that I get everything exactly as they want it before I actually pour. So hopefully I'll be pouring that stuff tomorrow. I'm gonna do a little bit more resin pouring. I have a second pressure pot now, which means that I can actually pour things one day after another. It's so exciting. I haven't been able to do that before. I've had to think about, okay, if I pour resin today, it means I can't make molds tomorrow. Oh wait. Oh no, that'd be fine. Because I can, okay. Suddenly made me think, because I want to pour molds on Monday. So I have the last piece of, I have the lids for the last molds that I need for a different commission that I'm going to pour on Monday. But I was worried for a second there because I was like, oh no, I'll have stuff in both my pressure pots. But the stuff from today I can take out before then. Okay, we've got these three cleaned. So we'll try 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, that seems like that's 10. So we'll see if we have enough resin, and if we do, we'll do all of those. And I don't think I'm gonna use these. I don't think I'm gonna do any of the Barbarian design in the flat ones. So let me set this out of the way. Oh wait, I can go over here. I forgot that I moved all of my my molds. Oh wait, I have more of these. Wait, I've got another one of the same shape. We could do a little drop shape and circle and things for the yeah, might as well do this. This is the same shapes as this one, so we could, this one's actually cleaner. This is a lot cleaner. There's less dust on this one. I might be adding dust with my tape here. Oh, I think that stuff underneath. Let me just do a little bit more. So what do other people have planned for today? Are other people working on arts and crafts as well? What else do I have planned for today? Oh, I'm gonna hopefully finish editing a video today. I was what's the word? Not smart, but I guess smart. I was wise and decided last night that I didn't need to stay up and finish editing the video. I could do it tomorrow. because it's very close to being done. I just need to get some of the final shots figured out. Like, I have pictures and videos and stuff of, you know, how the set of dice and the video turned out. I just need to figure out which video footage, parts of the video footage, and which pictures I want to use to show them off. So that's what I'm gonna do probably, and then I'll start on the next video. I am excited. So I want to lean more into the sort of alchemy vibe for my YouTube channel. So the videos and the just the streams, and I don't know. Just whatever. Let's see here. But yeah, I want to lean more into that. So that's going to, where was I going with this? I don't remember. Oh yeah, I'm figuring out ways to do that with these videos. This one that I'm editing now, I'm trying something a little bit different with my formatting, and I think it really added to it. I did something just like slightly different. I added just a little something, and I think it really kind of elevated how the video feels. It doesn't feel like overly alchemist-y necessarily, but I don't know. I feel like it flows better, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'm also trying out new thumbnails. So I have to figure out how I want to stick with the whole thumbnail thing. Okay, so we've got 6. What else do I have here? Come on. Little piece of something in there. Ah, it's still in there. Come on, come out, little pieces of resin that are in there. Don't want to scratch up the sides too much. Okay. There's 4. And we have 5, 6, 7 if we do these. Let me scoot this over a little bit. I feel like, yeah, you want to see more of this side. Wait, maybe I should just put this on this side. Better? That might be better. I think that's more lined up. Sorry, I'm wiggling you guys around. Sorry if you get motion sick or something. Alright. I shouldn't be wiggling you guys around too much. Let's do a triangle. And do like a thin kind of diamond shaped one. I'll grab another crystal shaped one. Why not? 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Cool. We've got 10 of those. If we have leftover resin, my plan is I want to make just depending on how much it is, I might either make a jumbo D20 or just make some more keychains or whatever. Alright, should we start? Is that everything? I think that's everything. I do want to maybe try and patch up this D20. You can see there's a little hole there in the corner. So I think I want to try and patch that up today. If I can, I'm going to clear it away a little bit. See if I can fill that up. Sometimes it works, sometimes it does not to fix those, but we'll try. And then also I have just some little little game pieces that I'm putting in resin for a friend. So if we have leftover just clear resin, I'll throw that over there. I think we're ready to get some of our stuff put into mixing cups. Should we start with these? I guess it doesn't really matter. I did grab new stir sticks too, just because I didn't want to have to try and dig through all of my old ones to find ones that were clean enough to use. I am still working on organizing this space, but I'm almost to all of my soap stuff over there, which is good because I owe people soap from Christmas. All right, we want a lot of this because we want this to be very pigmented. This is mica powder. We're gonna do a mica drop in these. Oh yeah, we're basically the thumbnail for this stream. If you saw it, that's this design here. Put a little bit more. We want that to be nice and heavy. Partially because I think I'll probably wait a little bit before pouring these into the molds, because I don't want this glitter to sink all the way. This glitter tends to sink just because it's so big and chunky. Let's get some of that in here. I do want a fair amount of that. All right, I'll throw these off to the side here, out of the way. These colorful foils have been great. They came in like, you know, a pack with a bunch of different colors, and they work really well. Throw some red foil in there. I'm gonna try and pull it apart a little bit so it doesn't just all end up as one big clump. It might be okay though. Ah, it stuck to my finger. There we go. I do want to figure out, I'd love to figure out music for these streams. I know I've talked before about why I don't have music here. Part of it's just because at some point I'm going to put on a respirator and I'm going to be harder to understand because I'm going to be muffled. But I do feel like it would be nice, at least for this kind of beginning part, but I don't know that I can on this computer because I'm streaming from a Mac at the moment, and there's some things that just, like, I don't know, don't work right. I think on Macs in general, but especially this one that I have kind of jerry-rigged. So maybe at some point, there's a few things that I'm just like, well, if I ever make money from YouTube, I might use it to save up for a few things for YouTube. And one of them is probably a laptop or something to use here instead of the Mac. Not a big Mac person. Oh gosh, there's red on my fingers. Oh no, I don't want the red glitter in there. Oh, it's not coming off of my fingers, so we might be okay. Here's the black foil. Trying to get the foil to split up. I don't want it all clumped. But we'll mix this up until it's fairly thin, fairly fine here. But we do, yeah, we want little enough that we can see the red in there, but we want enough that it looks purposeful. I think I'll add just this for now, and then if we need more, I'll add more after we get the resin in there and mix it up. That seems reasonable. Okay. And then the ink, it doesn't need a thing. We're just gonna swirl it in there. But we'll grab a stir stick for it. All right, let's get these. Tell you what, we'll start with these ones. I've used these before. These are multi-chrome, so you can kind of see there. See how there's more than one color? Like on the side, you see like the greens and the yellows, and in the middle, you see the pink. Yeah, it's all the same. It just has to do with the angle you look at it. But yeah, we'll see how this does. Let me not knock things off the table. But we'll see how this stuff does as little test chips. I don't know if it'll really show it off. Same sort of thing with the sparkly ones over there. because I know they're gonna look different if they are just like flat and brushed into like a mold or something versus free floating and as flakes. Because if you have it like brushed flat, you know, you're gonna end up with all of the stuff you're looking at it all at the same angle. Whereas when it's sparkly like this, you end up with, let me open this up, a lot of different angles. So you see a lot of the different colors reflecting back. So it's going to have a different look depending on whether you brush it into the mold or whether you put it in the resin and then put that in the mold. Okay, don't need too much, I don't think. So in this case, it's just going into the resin, so you're going to have all of those different flakes at different angles, all reflecting back different colors. But here, I'll show you all the colors as we open them because they're so pretty. This one's like blue and greens. You can see them there. Yeah, they're so pretty. Something I have found, so part of the reason that I was excited about these ones is that these have really pretty colors, but when you have them like free floating as little flakes in the resin, they look very dark. Yeah, do I have an example? I don't know that I have an example here, but they just look like really dark flakes. You know, if you don't have the light at the right angle to get the color, it just looks almost like black, almost, I guess, just because they feel so dark. And so part of the reason I'm excited about these ones is that they are like translucent, so they should not feel dark. Ooh, this one's like a purple and blue. I use this one for things fairly often. Oh, you're seeing a lot more of the blue. It has a lot more like reddish, maroonish purple in it in real life. It is quite blue, but it has more of the kind of pinkish purple IRL. Oh, wait, you know what I need to do? Like, I realized that it's probably not gonna matter too much with these ones because I can tell these ones apart. I need to label these. I need to label these so I know which one's which later on. These ones, I think I could probably tell, but still, let me write that on here. So this one is green. It just says green. Like I said, not as worried about these ones. It's so strange that this was just called green because it's also very purple. This one is lime. That's fair. This one's very green and blue, but I might not have called it lime, but let me. And this one's blue. The one that's blue and purple is blue, apparently. It's not grape. It's blue. Let's label the next ones before I put it in. This one is violet. And this one is fuchsia. You can see I've used these for things that were labeled in the past. That's what kind of wears off though as you get resin on it. Let's see, fuchsia. There's resin on my marker. C-H-S-I. Excuse me while I try to remember how to spell fuchsia. That's a weird F-U-C-H-S-I-A. That's an interest. I don't know. It's weird spelling. Weird word to spell. Okay, let's do these. Yeah, label these before I forget. So this one is violet aqua, They all look fairly similar in the bottles. I can tell that there's different colors, but they're not super different at the moment. So I'm excited to see them with a black background just to see how much that changes. So violet, aqua, this one is hot pink chartreuse. Hot pink dash chartreuse. So I'm assuming that those are the colors that it's supposed to like switch between. Hot pink to chartreuse. Again, there's a random E in there. E-U-S-E. Hot pink chartreuse. You know, this is like pink olive. Ooh, pretty. That one, I like the colors in here. I'm excited to see how that one turns out. It's really pretty because I can see the green and I can see kind of like a pink, and then there's almost like a yellow-ish color in between. It's pretty. Is it olive? Is it olive? So I got I did also get multi-chrome or chameleon. Yeah, chameleon. They're multi-chrome, multiple colors. Just pigments from Less Resin as well. Oh, it's mint. One of these I think is called olive, isn't it? One of these called olive. This one is. This one's called olive. And it feels more yellow, I think, in the bottle, but man, this stuff's pretty. I have something similar to this right here. This one's a little bit more yellow, but I use these all the time just for like a little tiny bit of like a magical sparkle. It's nice. I want to get more of this one too. You can't even really see it, but it's like, it must be an interference, but like it's white and then it really shimmers like a pink color. It's nice. It's good for magical sparkle. You can never have too much magical sparkle. Gold olive, again, really pretty. But no, yeah, I can't remember if I finished my thought. Obviously, making all these test chips takes a fair, like, you know, it takes a little bit of time, but man, are they useful. So useful having things that I can reference and be like, okay, these colors look good together, especially when things look completely different, like in the resin as opposed to outside of the resin, because that happens. That definitely happens. I've got a few in there that look completely different in and out of the resin. A lot of them will be similar. Brown yellow. Looks pretty though. It's kind of a peachy color. It shimmers kind of a peachy color in the bottle. Kind of see it there a little bit. There's that. Get our last two. That one's very purpley blue. It's violet blue, so that makes sense. Violet blue, and our last one is purple pink. Yeah, I can see that. Again, it's kind of hard to show on camera, but it's definitely a pinkish purple color that it shimmers. Cool. Let's get all of those into their little mixing cups. Let's see if I can do some estimating. So, what do you think about this? Say I make 10 keychains, and each keychain, hello, how's it going? Let's say each keychain takes 2.5 milliliters. So that's going to be 25, that's going to be 50 between both of them. 50 milliliters between all of the keychains, if I do all 10, which I might not. So that's half of the resin right there. We've got 50 left because I do things in batches of 100 milliliters usually. Let me think here. The test chips, let's say they take 2 milliliters, maybe. Yeah, they take probably about 2. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26. So that's another 25 milliliters right there, which would leave about, and it's probably going to be a little bit more than that, let's be real. So let's round that up to 30. So we've got 20 milliliters left or so. That might be just the right amount for a jumbo D20 actually. But do I want to do a jumbo D20 or do I want to get these other things made over here? Oof, these things are so like fine. You gotta like not breathe too hard or they're gonna go up into the air. It's the same with these ones too. These are also very, very fine. Ooh, they fine though. But they're so pretty. Okay, let's open these up. I don't think I've opened these up yet. So, yeah. Let's see if I can show you. You get a lot of like glare on the camera. But it's hard to show off color. You just kind of ends up looking white, unfortunately. But these are also very like light and fluffy. Ooh. How much do I want to add? I want enough that you can definitely see it. So a lot of it ended up on the side there because it's so light it just like stuck to it immediately. I think it'll be okay. We can mix that in. That happened with the other ones too. Just static cling, stuck it to the sides. Ooh, this one's like purple and green. It says violet blue. We'll see if the like yellowish green stays in the resin. It looks kind of yellowish. Let's see if I can show you on here. Yeah, you can kind of see how it looks a little yellowish. It itself looks kind of yellow. It definitely shimmers like a blue and a purple, but I do wonder if that kind of yellowness will stay or not. That's fine if it does. I'm just curious. And that's why we're doing the test chips. See how things turn out. I should have brought a snack down. I'm kind of hungry. But we're going to pour resin soon, so that's not going to... Doesn't really matter that I didn't bring a snack down, because I'm not going to be able to eat it while we're pouring resin anyway. So my tentative plan for videos, I think, just kind of based off of talking to people, but you know, I'm open to suggestions and feedback here too. My tentative plan, I think, is I have another character one that I'm almost finished editing, and I've done some slightly different formatting, and I think I like it. I think it really adds to it. Then I might be doing another like commission one next. Oh, here's a question for you guys. So my commission videos, you know, I do videos for all of the commission, like whenever someone commissions something from me. But for commission videos, should I continue with the like speed pour sort of format for them? Or should I like move to having like a voiceover explanation on them? I'm kind of torn, because like, I don't know, well, I'm not the kind of person that watches the more like just set to music videos. I know there are people that like them, so that would be a good excuse to have some of those videos if I just do just commissions as those. Also that way too, if people don't want me talking about their characters or whatever that they sent me art for and things, I'm not, I don't know, don't want to like give away too much information. Want to be respectful to the people that are commissioning from me. So maybe I will continue with the speed pours for those, just thinking about it. I do have one coming up that I might not. I might do a little bit more explanation on it because it's been a whole thing. It might be kind of fun to explain all that process. But yeah, so I think I'm going to edit the one that I'm working on now. I'm going to work on editing a commission. It's not quite done yet, so I don't know if it will end up next or a different video will end up being next after that. Then I think I'm going to finally edit the footage from a convention that ooh, this one is pretty. Look at those. Look at those big flakes. Wow, it almost looks like they're glowing on camera. It almost looks like they're glowing in real life too, to be fair. They've just got like all of the colors in there. They definitely kind of lean more like green, but I see lots of like blues and pinks. And which one's this one? Gold olive. I'm excited to see how this one goes because I see a lot of like pink in there. Yeah, look at all that color. Oh, that actually shows up really well on camera. I'm excited to see that one. Gold olive. I gotta remember. It's the gold olive that I want to see. But yeah, finally editing down another vlog from another convention that I did. Because someone expressed interest in it. And then I think maybe another tutorial video after that. I'm thinking a tutorial video on using florals, so like flowers and plants in resin. In dice specifically, but you know, in resin. And does that, what kind of videos do people enjoy? Like, do those, I guess that's really what it comes down to, is just like, do you guys have a favorite style of video or a favorite like type of topic? Like, I thought about doing some other videos, doing ones where it's just like get something resin related to try. It's just like getting some sort of like resin kit and trying it out, giving a review. Like, that could be fun. But I don't know what kind of, like, specifically my videos, but just in general, what would you like to, what do you like watching? What do you like to see? Or do you care? Ooh, this one's really pretty too. This one also feels like it has a lot of color, but it feels more unicorn-y. It leans more pink. Let me put the lid on, and then, yeah, this one's hot pink chartreuse. I can definitely see the pink and the green in there. Oh my gosh, this one's a little bit harder to see on camera, I feel like. But this one also has a lot of color in there. I'm just excited about all of these. Let's be real here. I'm excited about all of them. And this one is the Violet Aqua. This one, again, has kind of a yellow undertone to it. I don't know if that's going to carry through or not. I guess we'll see. My goodness, this stuff is so fine. I'm trying not to breathe too hard. No one sneeze. That'd be a mess. Okay. I've got all of those. What brand is the flake? These are all Let's Resin. I got them off of Amazon. So are these multi-chrome ones. And I would recommend. I got these. I also got the multi-chrome pigments, and they're really pretty as well. Oh, here I have a D6 over here. But for example, part of the reason that I do these is, let's look at this one. This one's called Golden. It looks like really green. There's like a lot of green. It's kind of I don't know. I didn't really like it in the bottle there. And then once it was actually in resin it feels a lot more golden because it has kind of that brownish background to it. It feels a lot more golden. But yeah, there's some really pretty things in there. Oh, you know what I need to continue working on is my, what is it? August, September, October. I need to work on advent calendar dice. I've started on them, but I need to figure out some like more designs, more complicated designs too. All the ones I've poured so far have been pretty generic, which is not bad necessarily, because then they mix in well with other dice. But you know, if you want to do like I don't know, I don't know. Yeah, I've kind of debated that too, doing kind of like a little intro and then doing like the speed pour and then doing the like a little outro. It's definitely an idea. I don't know if people would find it disconcerting, have like a person talking at them and then it's no person talking at them for an extended period of time and then person talking at them again. I don't know. I suppose I watch videos like that though, where it's intro, just, you know, music set to showing off what you're doing, and then outro kind of going over it. I guess I've seen that, so probably be fine. My head's cut off a little bit. Let me just tilt that up a little bit. Okay, I think we've got. All of our pigments. Let me grab a jumbo D20 mold. Do I want to do a jumbo D20? Just in case, I'll grab one. There we go. If we have enough leftover resin, we can use that. I don't know that we will, but we have it. Okay. I'm trying to decide whether my my jacket's gonna get in the way, because once I start pouring resin, I'm not gonna want to take it off. I don't want to make a mess. I don't want to get resin all over it. I mean, that's really the thing, right? I don't want to get resin all over it. So I don't know whether I might be cold with it off, though. I think I'm gonna leave the jacket on. Okay. Let me grab some safety equipment. I've moved things around. I have to remember where everything is now. I've moved my things back behind me. It's nice though. I got a little bit more desk space here. I still have some more stuff to move off of this table because it's still a mess. The part that you can't see over here is more of a mess than what you can see. I know it's impressive for something to be more of a mess than what you can see, but yeah, there's stuff all over the place. Okay, those off. The video that I'm editing now, I have kind of, I don't know, I feel like I'm kind of overlapping. It's definitely not one of the like speed pours where it's just making the dice set to music. Because I do have a voiceover and I'm talking about what I'm working on. But it does feel, by the way, I'm going to sound a little muffled. It does feel a little bit more, like I have it set to the music more. Not as set to the music as some of the other videos where I'm just like, yeah, we're going to have it change on all of these different little note changes. It's more into like sections, but it kind of overlaps a little bit there. We'll see. We'll see what people think of the style. Let me rub my nose before we actually get going with the resin. Oh, I think there's something tickling my nose. Just a second. Is there a cat hair in here or something? Let me just make sure there's not like a spider in here or something like that. Ooh, can you imagine? I've got so many spiders in my house. Can you imagine putting on your respirator and then just running into a spider? That'd be terrible. I'm so sad that I've brought it up now. There's no spiders in here, luckily. But something's like tickling my nose. I need to like clean out the inside of this. It's kind of gross. I've used it so much. It's got like oils and stuff in here. Whoa! Okay. See if I can get my hair back better too. It is going to be a little bit harder for me to read the screen now too. I have found that, yeah, I can't actually read the screen very well from here. I have to lean forward a little bit. Uh-oh. I feel like that's not a good sign. But it's hard to wear this thing with my glasses. Okay. Let's get some resin. So I'm going to go quiet here for a second. I can tell my story for people that haven't heard it before about why I don't talk and pour resin at the same time. But feel free to chat amongst yourselves, and I will be right back. Oh, there's my resin. I have to remember where I set my resin. A little bit more. There we go. Back up to the line. And the hardener. Just add a little tiny drop more. Literally just like a drop. And I think we're good there. Alright. We can chat once more. Now that oh, you know what just a second. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to pull the rubber bands out of my pocket. I don't know how well these rubber bands will work anyways, but I might need those. Actually, I might want to set that up, but we'll mix up our resin first. Oh, that's the problem with this jacket, is it's so long. Oh, I keep sitting on it, and I keep like pulling on it strangely. Okay, let's get our resin stirred though. Yeah, if you haven't heard my tale of why I don't talk while I am pouring resin, it doesn't actually have to do with resin. I'm just very easily distractible. At one point, I was pouring myself a cup of tea. I had you know, a mug out, and I had my kettle. I'm pouring hot water into my mug, and I'm actively staring at my mug while I'm pouring my hot water. My mind starts to wander. I start thinking about something else, and before you know it, there's water all over the counter because I had just kept pouring. I was actively looking at my mug, and I just kept pouring until my cup overflowed with boiling water because I got distracted thinking about something else. So I try to reduce distractions while I am trying to measure things, pour things, or we'll end up with even more of a mess than I already have, which might be fun for you guys, but would be a mess for me. This is going to take a minute. It is, you can see how cloudy it is at the moment. We're going to mix that until it's nice and clear. It's cloudy because part A and part B are not mixed together completely yet. That's kind of how I determine how long I need to mix for, is just if I can see any streaks in it, like any like lines, kind of where the light's refracting off of something in there, like differently. That means that part A and part B are sitting next to each other and are not mixed together. So we're going to keep mixing, keep scraping the sides, try to make sure there's nothing caught on the sides or on the bottom. I don't want any big globs of part A or part B caught anywhere. Once we start getting closer to it being mixed, you can see it's a lot clearer now, but there's still streaks in there that I can see. We'll scrape off the stir stick too, make sure there's no big globs stuck on it of one of the parts. Like that. And we will get that all mixed in. And I tend to probably over mix my resin a little bit just to absolutely make sure that it is all mixed together. I figure it's going to be fine. It's going to add a little bit of extra air in there, but I'm going to be putting these in a pressure pot anyways, so it's not going to cause too big of a deal, too big of an issue, because I'm going to be squishing all those air bubbles down really, really small anyways. You still see a streak in there, so we're going to keep mixing for a minute. Okay. That's looking pretty good. Let me scrape this off one more time. Scrape that and just see if I'm not seeing any streaks in there. You can see that the resin has bubbles, but it's nice and clear now. I'm going to scrape the sides and the bottom one last time, and then we'll call it good. Just absolutely double check. Oh, a piece of blue has fallen in. Get out. Absolutely make sure that there is no resin stuck anywhere. Or hardener. Alright, I'm not seeing any streaks, so we can start divvying this up. Oh, I have to think about how much resin I want. So I'm probably going to want about 25 milliliters for both of these. Alright, probably about 25 milliliters. That's going to be kind of interesting because these don't have any measurements on them. I'm going to have to go off of this. So we're going to go down to about 75. 10-ish, probably. Let me just look and see. I think I went down to like closer to 70. I'd put about 30 in there. That's fine. Let's see if we can go down to 25 on this one instead. So let's see, you want to get down to 45, right? Is that right? Yeah, about 5 more. And a little bit more here, and then we'll add some to this. And we don't need a ton in here. I need a fair amount, but not very much. It doesn't really take very much of the mica powder stuff to sink. This is quite packed with mica. I can add a little bit more. Okay, cool. So we've got those. And then let's get these. Maybe we'll get a little bit poured into each one of these. Probably the easiest way to do this is just to get a little bit onto our stir stick here and put that in. It does not take very much to make one of the test chips. I do want them to be thick enough that they're going to be, you know, they'll hold up, but they don't need to be very thick. Again, I've gone quiet because I'm trying not to make a mess. I'm very good at making a mess. Let's see, what is, okay, let me see, plans for sew. I have changed it. I'm going to aim for a video every other week instead of every week now. I mentioned that, I think, in a did I mention it in my Discord? I mentioned it in, like, I think just a post on my channel, my YouTube channel. I do still plan to try and stream every week as much as possible. I won't be streaming next week. I have a local, like, craft fair thing I'm going to, so I'll be busy. And then let's see, the week after that, I don't know, what do you guys want to do? Do you want to do more resin pouring? We could work on maybe some advent calendar dice. Or we could, let's see, what could we do? We could do, what do I have to do? We could do something that's completely not related to resin. We could do, like, painting, or if we wanted to, we could do, like, a video game. I got a video game we could do. I'm still not sure how I want to do that, though, because, like, it's kind of fun to do a video game stream every once in a while, but also I feel weird putting it on this channel, because it just doesn't seem to match. So I'm like, well, I'll put it on my gaming channel, but also, like, I don't really use that channel. Like, there's not really much on it. So I don't know, it feels weird to use that channel when I'm not really using it for much of anything. Except maybe an occasional video game stream. I don't know. I don't know how to do that. I don't want to do that. I mean, I could see doing, like, a D&D related game or something on this channel. Because that fits with, you know, kind of the theme of dice. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to have enough resin to do a jumbo D20, but that's fine. We can use some of this clear resin if there's any left over in the little game tiles. Let's make sure all of these are filled up enough first, though. And I think that's a little bit in all of them. Let's see, what should we mix up first? Should we mix up first? I suppose we could mix these up first and get them out of the way. Yeah, that probably work. And there's a little enough in here that I'm not too worried about it flash curing. I've found that if I leave a bunch of resin in the mixing cup, there's a reason I pour it all out first and then I mix things. If I leave a ton of resin in the mixing cup, yeah, it tends to get quite warm and start curing a lot quicker. Okay. Let's see. Some sparkle in there. I'm definitely breaking up a lot of the flakes in here. They're definitely getting a lot smaller. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I think I would like to use some of them as bigger flakes in the future, but it's okay. Okay, there's a bunch up here. Let's see if I can get those off of the side and get them in there. Ooh, pretty. See if you can, yeah, I feel like maybe you can see it a little bit better now that I'm getting them all mixed up. This one has really big flakes. I don't know how big those flakes are, but I'm sure they're going to get completely broken up when I mix everything. Maybe not completely, but ooh, this one's going to be pretty. I can already tell. Oh, this is the gold olive. Is this the one that I was excited about before when I was talking about them? It's just got kind of like a peachy tone to it. I really like kind of a pinkish tone in there that I think is really pretty. I think this one has a little bit more resin in it, but that's okay. I will be curious, I think, to paint half of them black. I'm thinking of, if you're just joining, I think I might paint the back of half of these once I pull them out of here black, so that I can see what the colors look like with a black background. Because I know that it'll really make the colors pop. We'll see how well it works with me just painting it, but I mean, do I have this dark background that I could just like set this against so we could see? I guess, let me go with the lid, right? Oh yeah, I think that'll work. Look at how the color really pops with a dark background. It's so much easier to see that color. So yeah, we'll try that. We'll see how that goes. Ooh, this one's also really pretty. Look at those. Oh, that feels like those sunset colors. Yeah, this one feels very sunsetty. Ooh, I should do some like sunset kind of, I don't know. I'm excited to try these out and see what happens. Oh yeah, this one feels very sunsetty. They almost feel like they're glowing. You ever like been out like driving near sunset and there's like houses up on the hill that the sun is reflecting off of the windows, and it just, the windows look like they're like bright orange and yellow? That's what this looks like. This looks like those windows up on the hill that are just glowing with the last light of the day. Yeah, look at that. Look at that sparkle. Wait, was that the one? Yes, that was the one. Yeah. Oh man, I'm so excited about these guys. I'm so excited about these pigments. I think they're gonna live up to the hype, as it were, my hype, because I'm like, they're so pretty, and I think they're gonna live up to that standard that I'm setting for them, because they look so pretty. I can already tell though these are gonna be a pain to try and photograph. There's some pigments that are just so hard to take pictures of. They just do not photograph well. Wow, you can really see, actually my gloves kind of work as a background. Look at how different those are in color. Like, you can really see the difference, the blue versus the kind of like salmon-y sort of color. Oh, no, this one's very pink. Is this the, yeah, pink chartreuse. Oh, the stuff's on the side on this one. Come on, get down in there, mix in. Okay. Okay, let me get all, sorry, I'm trying to get all of the resin down in there. I ended up with a bunch of it. This one feels like a party. I need to make some like Barbie dice or something. That one feels like it'd be perfect for like a Barbie sort of dice. Has anybody seen the new Barbie movie? Is it good? I feel like I've seen good things about it, but I don't know. I rarely watch movies is the thing. Like, I mean I do, but I don't know. I don't go to theaters to watch movies. I like being able to pause things. It's the same reason that I don't really watch live streams usually. I'm more likely to watch like, cried in the good way, I'm assuming, since he said it was good. This is pretty. But yeah, same reason I don't really watch live streams is because I like to be able to pause things in the middle. I don't know, it just feels like a big commitment to watch a live stream or to go to the theater. You're like, it's like, oh no, you're gonna be here for a couple hours. Better get ready for it. I wonder if it's just kind of, if people find it weird that I like live streaming, but I don't watch a lot of live streams. I will watch, like the VODs later, I will watch replays of live streams, because then I can pause it. I don't feel the pressure to have to watch it all in one sitting. Ooh. You know, these pigments, the multichrome ones, they kind of feel like these ones with a dark background almost. Let's see. You can see what I mean though about it feeling really dark. But gosh, it's all the signs on this one too. It's so fine, it just static clings. Oh, you know what movie I do want to watch, and not like in theaters or whatever necessarily. I do want to watch Everything Everywhere All at Once, because like it looked good, and then also my grandma has highly recommended it. She said it was really good as well. So I want to watch that one at some point. Oh, I also should watch the new season of Good Omens. There's so many things that I could watch. I might have to go find my dad's Amazon Prime password though for that one. I don't have Amazon Prime, so whenever there's something that comes out like on Amazon Prime that I want to watch, I have to go like I don't know, like dig around and find my dad's Amazon Prime account information. Be like, hello, I would like to use your Amazon account to watch TV shows, please. Ooh. And these are, like I said, these all feel, you know, they feel very dark. They definitely have that color to them, though. They're very colorful. I probably should move on to the, well, I only have this one and one more after this left of these. The test chips that I'm making. I only have one more after this. Get this out of the way. That was this one? I mean, you can't see the purple very well. It's very green and blue here. There's a lot of purple in it, like at certain angles, but I guess the angle that we're at, you just can't see it. That's even a cat hair. I think that's just a human hair that's in there. Pay no attention. Okay. Alright, we've got all of those ready to go. Let's get this one next. The red. Let's see how this is looking, at least. You have a good, I think that's a good amount of red. You know, I want it fairly dense, but I don't want it so dense that you can't see the silver. It feels a little bit dense, maybe. I might have added a little bit too much. I could add a little bit more clear, though. I might as well, how much? Well, I might have enough for the Jumbo D20, actually. Let's add maybe a little bit more clear here. Break up the red just a little tiny bit. Make it a little bit less dense. Just so that we can see the silver dripping through it a little bit better. It does remind me, though, let me use some clear here to do these. Just a couple of these little game pieces. Ah, cat hair! Whoop, 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 cat hair alert. Get out of there. No. No cat hair. Also no blue glitter. My goodness. Let's stick that. Okay, there we go. We'll add a little bit more clear here. Just a little bit. Cool. There's that. Set that over here. Do these. Let's see. All right. It is kind of fun doing random projects like this. usually if I end up doing, you know, something that's not offered on my website, it's someone that I've worked with before or that I know personally on some level. Like this one's for a coworker. Okay, that's fine. Oops, I don't need two in there. Get out. But like, I don't know, if people want things that I don't have, if they want resin things that I don't have in my shop, like, they're welcome to reach out and say, hey, can you make this thing? And I'll tell them, yeah, or not really something I could do. It can be fun to have random projects every once in a while that's completely different. It's hard to tell how full these are. I can't tell if it's like leaning inwards or it's hard to tell. Okay, those seem like reasonably filled. Cat hair. There's cat hair. No more cat hair. Oh, I should do that video at some point too. I have a whole idea for a video that would be about cat hair dice. I don't really need another set of cat hair dice, but I have a video idea for it, so like I need to figure out the dice themselves, I think, and what I want to do there, but I do have an idea for a maybe somewhat satirical video about all of the cat hair that ends up in my resin. Okay, we've still got a little bit of clear resin left. Hold on to that for a minute. I can try to fill in this corner here, but what do I want to try filling that in with? We'll wait a second. Let's do these. Let's do these red ones, and then oh, excuse me. And then we will what was I saying? I don't remember. We'll move on to something else after that. Is that too tight? No, that seems alright. This keeps them, I'm just putting a rubber band around them, that'll keep them upright while they're curing. Hopefully it's not too, it doesn't seem like it's too tight. Cool. So we're going to fill these all up most of the way with red resin. Come on. A little flake of other resin there. Let's see if I can do this without making a giant mess. Different ones of these take slightly different amounts because some of them are thinner, some of them are thicker. But I want to make sure there's a little bit of room at the top because we're going to add that silver strip down in there. Oh, some of these are so thin though. I'm trying not to like create a seal. Like if I pour it all the way across the top or whatever, there'll be a big air bubble in the bottom. I'm trying to avoid that. Oh, I don't know if I'll have enough resin for everything. Oh, this one's really small though. We'll do the, yeah, I think I just did it there. You can kind of see there how it's all bubbled up. Oh, maybe I did get it filled all the way, never mind. I was thinking that oh wait, that was a big air bubble. Yeah, just popped the air bubble on top and now it's actually sinking down in there. Although it's actually, is it pretty full? No, I could add a little bit more resin. Now most of these are mostly full. Yeah, oh, to be fair, the small flat ones might not take very much. Okay, So they're filled up most of the way, but not quite all of the way. I'm going to add that silver in a second. Let's add our red over here. These are obviously going to look a little bit different just because the stuff's going to fall differently, but I think that'll be cool. I think it'll be good to have some like options. Different shapes and things. Slightly different looks. I'm just trying not to make too big of a mess though, because I don't want to have to sand these if I don't have, like, I'd rather not sand them if I don't have to. So I'm trying to not spill resin too much around the edges. Yeah, there. I'll add a little bit more here. Oh, actually, I might have enough to do all 10. Let's see if I have enough resin here for this last one. Oh, I might actually. It might be just like the right amount. Oh, wait, I think this has worked out. And then I've got just a little tiny bit left in there, which is fine. Cool. All right, let's mix up our silver. And this is very pigmented. There's still dry pigment here that I need to get mixed in. I probably added more mica powder than I even really needed to, but it'll definitely sink, which is what I want here, because it's a little bit harder for it to sink in here. You know, I was trying to wait until the resin was a little bit thicker so that all of the glitter didn't fall to the bottom, which also means that it's going to be harder for the mica to fall. And also they're so thin that, I don't know, it's just sometimes it feels like the mica has to squeeze its way down in there. But let's pop some surface bubbles here. Spritz that with some rubbing alcohol, help break the surface tension there. Okay. I'm going to add just a little bit to the tops of all of these. It really doesn't take very much, I have found, when doing a mica drop. It really does not take very much mica at all to fill in a fairly large area. But yeah, I do want to make sure that it actually sinks, so we'll see. We'll set these off to the side after I get them filled, and then a little bit later we can come back and say, do we need a little bit more mica in there? But let's get a little bit in all of them first. There we go. We've got our silver up top. We're going to do the same thing here. I'm just going to like drizzle a little bit on top. Oops, I just did the thing that I was saying I didn't want to do, which was getting it along the side. So I'm going to kind of focus it towards the middle, I think. But I'm just kind of drizzling. I'm drizzling my silver. Let's put a little bit more in the center here. And a little bit more around the edges here. Feels like it's all very centralized in this one. I want to even it out a little bit more. Okay. I've got a little bit of silver left over, so might use that. But let's set these off to the side. You can see the silver drizzled on there. Let me just actually, no, I think we're going to be okay. It doesn't seem like it's too messy. There's a couple drops that are out, but it doesn't seem like it's kind of like overflowing type thing. Let's set these off to the side. Alright, let's move on to our other style. So we've just got a clear resin with some black foil in it. Let's see let's see if this feels like the right amount of foil. think this feels all right. I want there to be enough foil that it feels, you know, purposeful, but I want there to be not, you know, a small enough amount that you can actually see the red ink that I'm going to swirl through the middle. That feels about right, I think. That feels about right. It looks darker because I used a mixing cup that already had some like black ink in it before or something. But you can see through the foil, all right. I think for these, I'm going to rubber band them again. Oh, good. I don't think that was too tight either. I don't want it to be too loose where they don't stay together. I don't want it to be so tight that it like squishes them in the middle. I think that feels all right. Again, I just want to add a little tiny bit to these. Oops, just a second. There's resin and stuff in one of those. I'm just going to add like a little tiny bit. And then I'm going to swirl the red in there, and then I'm going to add more. I got a new stir stick. That one is broken. I'll just grab this one. It worked out that I had one more. So we're going to add a little bit to each one. Maybe could have had a little bit more black, but I think it's okay. Honestly, this black foil is pretty cool too. Like it's black for sure. It kind of feels like it has a, I don't know, it almost has like a colorful sheen to it. It almost has like it reflects like a dark blue or something. It's really pretty. Yeah, let's get a little bit of resin in these. I don't want to add a ton, but I want to add enough that I have resin to actually swirl that red through. I've found if I fill it up all the way and then swirl the red in there, it just kind of ends up at the top. So I want to fill it up maybe halfway-ish. There's another cat here. Maybe halfway-ish and then swirl the red in, and then I'll pour more in. And that'll make it so that the red swirls about halfway. Maybe a third, maybe a third. It's hard to tell where I'm at, though. I think that's probably good. That feels about right. Some of those are maybe actually more full than they need to be, but that's okie dokie. So yeah, we're just going to take some red ink, we're going to dab it on there, and then we're going to swirl it in there. So it just feels like there is kind of inky, bloody. And a little bit of this will, I got some on my finger. Will get kind of displaced when we add more resin too, and that'll help it feel more inky as well. And last one here. I'm going to get these filled in, and then I will go do these ones. I just want to make sure that I have enough resin for these first before I do anything. Oh no! I'm bleeding! It's just ink. It looks kind of, what's in there? Is it pushing in on that? Is it pushing in? I can't tell. I think we're okay. Alright. So let's fill these up the rest of the way. We'll see how they're looking, because we can kind of look in the sides and see how they're feeling. See if they feel mixed enough. If not, we can go back in with our little stir stick there and try and mix things up a little bit more. Bring things up a little bit, or whatever we need. Let's get these filled in. let's see how these are feeling. Might be a little bit hard to, let me take the rubber band off for now. Some of these feel like they've been dyed. I maybe could have gone a little bit harder on the black foil. They maybe feel a little like they're not as, yeah, they could have a little bit more black foil, I think. Well, some of them feel a little bit heavier on the black foil. Ooh, that one feels kind of cool. This one, it still doesn't have a ton of black foil. It's not super, what's the word I'm looking for? So, like, the black foil's not, the red is, you can very much see the red. In the past I've had it where, you know, the red is maybe a little bit more subtle. But I think it's nice. So, I think we're okay. This one needs a little bit more. My little triangle one needs a little bit more. A little bit more of the resin. I might, get this on here nice. Try and get some of the black flakes in there. Get a little bit more, If these are a little bit messy on the top, that's fine. I'll just sand the very top part. That's how it usually ends up happening, to be honest. All right, give enough here? I think we have enough. Let's at least try the, I'm going to add a little bit more foil. I feel like there's just not enough foil. I know it's a little bit late, honestly, but I'm just going to add a little tiny bit more for these ones. I feel like it needs it. We're running low on the black foil in there. Let me mix that in. I'll make sure that there's black flakes in these. It feels all right. We'll see how they look when I mold them too. They'll probably be fine once I mold them. I'm just overthinking it now. Yeah, those feel all right. Let me swirl my red in there. Yay, hello! How are you doing? I'm gonna swirl some red in here. That's maybe a little bit more red than I was hoping for. Very much spread out. Let me scoop some of that out. We'll put it in here. Let me add a little bit more of the, just the resin. I'm kind of working at a different angle here, so it's doing something different than what I expected, which is fine. That's one of the fun things about resin and dice is like everything's a little bit of an experiment. It feels like it's like I don't know what's going to happen, but it'll be fun to see. That can be frustrating depending on your viewpoint, I suppose. Where it's like it's so unpredictable. But I don't know. I feel like it's kind of fun because you can predict things. You just have to experiment enough, and then you can start seeing patterns of how to do things. But there's always like a little element of surprise too, which I think is fun. I think it'll be fine, honestly. It's not like it feels pretty, like there's a lot of red in there. Yeah, let's see if I can get it so I'm just angle it down more. Like there's a lot of red in there, very red forward, but I think it'll be fine. I think this will work out. They'll match the overall feel. Okay, so we've got a fair amount of resin left here. We've got a little bit of these left. Let me maybe fill in this corner here with some of the silver. See if I can get this to fill in here. This corner has a big air gap in it, so I want to see if I can get that filled in. And there's no promises there that it'll work. Sometimes these end up just as a huge mess, and that's fine, but I gotta at least try, right? Let's see. What do we want to make, guys? I don't know that I have enough. I don't have enough for a jumbo D20. We could make just like some regular D20s. Do we want to do that? We could just do like a regular D20. What other dice should we do? I'll just do a couple of random dice with the leftover resin that's here. And I'm also going to need my double-decker thing here. I'll spritz things down and start putting them on my double-decker thingamajigger. Try and get these out of the way as much as I can. Oops, and hopefully I have enough room in here. Oops, I have so much like cat hair and things on my hands. D20? Yeah, it's always useful on this one. I do have a D20 mold out. I do a lot, I've been doing like miscellaneous raw dice at in-person events. So you can go and dig through and like make your own set kind of thing. So we can do things that aren't D20s too. D6s of course are always useful as well. But I've been trying to do kind of a mix of dice. So it doesn't necessarily have to be like the most useful die or whatever. But we will do a D20 at the very least. Probably something else too. Okay, there's our first layer there. I'm thinking I'm going to just throw this into the pressure pot for now. Get it out of the way. And then we will set something else on top of it. But I don't want to knock anything over. Okay, cool. We've got that out of the way. Just grab some random things. We'll do a D6. We'll do a D10. Actually, wait. Yeah, we'll do a D6 and a D10. That's probably about the right amount, but we'll start with the D20. Alright, what should we use? I guess we've got some leftover resin here. We can use our leftover black and our red glitter. We'll put those in there, and then our little bit of silver. Yeah, let's see. See if we have enough resin here. If not, we have more clear resin that we can throw in there. There's all of our clear resin with some black. Let's do our clear resin with some red glitter and foil. It looks like my silver has sunk, but it hasn't like completely sunk, so that's good, honestly. On the things over here, you can kind of see it. You can see more of the red at the top there now, which means that, there's silver that has sunk down in there, but you can still see some of the silver. I think that might have worked out okie doke. Okay, I think that's pretty much all of our red. Yeah, we definitely have, let me just put some clear in there, and I'm just gonna mix this all up. Let's mix it up with our red one. The red ink. A little bit more. I don't know. I wasn't planning on it. Partly just because this is mostly keychains and test chips. But also I man, I feel like I can't be bothered with shorts. I don't know why. I don't know why shorts just, I just, they do not interest me, like, in making them. I don't know why, because it's like, well, it's really not that different from just a regular YouTube video, right? But I don't know why they just don't, I don't know why. Maybe it's just because I'm like, yeah, I'll get a picture on Discord at least. I don't know, I guess maybe it just seems like a lot of work for something that's so small. I don't know. Or maybe it's just the, you know, me being old and cynical about about TikTok or whatever. I don't know. Put a little bit more of this into this D20 here. This is the D20 that has the corner off of it. All right. So I'm hoping that this one will seal all right, and hopefully that little corner will get filled in. Yeah, I don't know if we have enough resin for all of that, but we've got our D20 with our silver in there. TikTok. Like, I understand the appeal, but I don't know, there's just something, maybe I'm just like anti-algorithm, which sounds weird, like, especially since, you know, I rely on like the YouTube algorithm all the time to like give me videos that it thinks I'll enjoy. Like, I do that all the time. But also at the same time, maybe it's just because I'm like a Tumblr old, where everything is, what's the word I'm looking for? Everything is chronological. It's just like, yeah. I would prefer like Facebook to just be chronological posts from people that I follow. That's why I would like, or that I'm friends with. That's why I don't use Facebook anymore, except for posting this stuff. But you know, I'd rather Facebook be chronological. That's why I'm friends with them. It's so, I don't know, it's so odd to me that it's just like, oh, you're friends with this person? I'm never going to show you anything that they post. But yeah, I'll see about, I will post at the very least a picture on Discord, showing off how things turn out. Okay, let's get these. Oh man, these are actually really pretty in the, like, they're dark, but they're really pretty in the cups here. I am probably going to, we'll get like this last, like one more die. Oops, that's this one. We'll get one more die done, and then I'll probably call it. I won't be here. I won't be streaming next week. I'm gonna be doing yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I completely get that. It's the same sort of reason that I like I don't check my phone at all while I'm at work. It's just like, no, I know my phone is too big of a distraction for me. I'm not even gonna let myself have the temptation. Okay, let's just drop some ink in here. We'll do some teal and some yellow. Teal, use that lemon. Here's a lemon. Drop of lemon. And I'll do a drop of white. And even then, I probably spend far too much time on YouTube too. But do reverse Petri there. Well, maybe we'll have enough for one more die. Might just be like a D2 or a D4 or something though. We finished off this D6. And it is starting to get a little bit thicker. I can tell that we're nearing the end of our work time now. Actually, well, we're not nearing it. It's not that sticky yet. We might have enough for Might have enough for a D10 actually. Gotta go. It's okay. I'm gonna be headed out here soon too. Oh gosh. All right. Have a good one. Yeah, have a good one. Thanks for stopping by. Tell you what, we'll do that again. We'll do the blue and the yellow again. I like it. We'll see how it turns out. Maybe we'll have a D10 and a D6 that match. Bye-bye. Bye-bye now. Oh yeah, we've got plenty of resin here. I actually got enough resin for probably, let's do a D4. We'll do a D4. Ow. Ow! I hit my knee. Alright, let's get, I think I can get this D4 filled in. I think there's enough resin in here. I realize that it's like, yeah, yep, I enjoy streaming. I'm always happy to stream. Like I said, no stream next week, this next weekend. There's also going to be no video this week, since I've moved to every other week. It's going to be a pretty quiet week for me. Unless you are a patron, or which you are, my video will be up on Patreon, and if you're a member on the channel, which is a thing that I have now apparently. There's so little resin there. I think we'll put it on the D10 here. Okay. All right. I think that's everything. Let's get some lids on, and we'll be all set. I do have to figure out how I'm gonna stack all these. Put this over here. Okay. But yeah, I will at the very least post pictures of these on the Discord. I probably won't make a short, but I might make a community post showing off how they turn out. Do I use different resin for jewelry? No, I just use the same stuff for everything. I do have a couple of other kinds of resin. Maybe we should do a live stream or a video or something at some point that's just trying. Because I've got my normal resin, which I use, which is the Art and Glow, and then I've also got some Crit Cast and some liquid diamond. Got some of both of those as well. So like we could totally try those out at some point. I really should probably use them up, right? They'll go bad if I let them sit for too long. Okay. Our last one here. Doesn't really do much. I don't know if I'm going to be able to. Wait. Hey, there we go. There we go. I got them all to fit. Sweet. All right. I'm gonna go get these into the pressure pot. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Yeah, I think that's pretty much everything. See you in a couple of weeks. If you have anything in particular you want to see from me, feel free to leave me suggestions and stuff over on my Discord. But I will talk to you guys later. Bye. Thanks for hanging out. Bye.